what's going on, everybody? It's your boy the Kryptonian saying here, bringing you guys a review for One Piece chapter 918. Chapter 918. So I gotta say, Oda did a complete bait and switch, man. I'm expecting this to be like a knockdown, drag 'em out fight. Law versus Basil Hawkins. Like, I'm expecting something great, man. Oda said, yeah, we just gonna tease you a little bit. You're not gonna get the actual fight. Damn, man. Like, I thought since Law was in a situation where his fingers were already recognized because of the tattoos and because he activated his chambers, I'm like, okay, Oda's gonna give us a real fight. Oda's gonna give us a real fight because Law's cover has been blown. Luffy and Zoro, they ain't even been together a whole day and they just busted up Law's entire plan. Surely this is gonna be a fight. Not exactly. And so what we end up getting in this fight is a little bit more of a chess move where Law is going up against Hawkins, and you see it where he activates his chambers and then all of a sudden Hawkins appears to get slashed. But what ends up happening is the fact that he's got that straw man ability, and that's when Hawkins takes advantage of the fact that Law has been thrown completely off guard, and he slices off Law's hat. And then once that happens, you're in a situation where Law and Hawkins are staring each other down, the swords are colliding, and you get this beautiful scene where that's when Hawkins says, you really think on your feet. But welcome to Wano. When was the last time we saw each other? Was it Sayabodi? And then that's when he drops the bomb. He says, I know your entire alliance is here. I know you formed the alliance with Luffy. I just had my encounter with Luffy not too long ago. And that's when you get this moment where Law's sitting up there saying, like, I can't believe these idiots blew my plan up like this. And I'm like, dude, you should have known that going into an alliance with Luffy was one of those things where Luffy's gonna blow it up at some point. You should have known that early on in Punk Hazard, by the way that Luffy was acting, and then you should have gotten confirmation with how the whole Caesar thing was handled. Like, the Straw Hats there, it's kind of like when you get the members of the Straw Hats, even the more reliable members in terms of staying the course, like a Nami or like a Robin, when you get all those people together, it's like having a can of gasoline next to a blowtorch. I wonder what could go wrong. And that's one of the things I love about how Oda has this cast of characters right here is Oda does something that one of my mentors told me, right? So one of my mentors, I've talked about this in the past, but and one of the things that she used to tell to me was the fact that, like, hey, sometimes it works when you get a character and the character just gets in there and they're a chaos disruptor, because it gives you an opportunity to just hit reset on so many different things. Just make sure the chaos that you're doing, you have to become a master of chaos, because it allows you to move things around and restructure the story in ways that keeps the reader invested, but also gives you the opportunity to not write yourself into a wall because you're actually moving the walls around. And so it's a way of kind of changing the story without having to do a retcon. And I like what you get there is the Straw Hats. Every time you get into a situation, you think you get the full layout, the Straw Hats can be used in a manner like this to where the chaos is just right there. You're thinking they're going to go into Wano, they're going to keep a low profile, they're going to wait for Luffy to show up, and then the moment Luffy shows up, they do everything possible to draw out Jack. And so they're going right for Kaido's neck. And so I like this right here. And the only thing is, it's like, I would think that Luffy would understand a little bit more, like, look, you're forming an alliance, you're going right at Kaido's neck. Kaido is a literal monster, a literal beast. You have to be very careful because Luffy barely got off of Whole Cake Island alive. So you're dealing with somebody who's probably stronger than Big Mom. Like, you got to be very careful. And we saw what a right-hand man in Cracker was able to do against Luffy. Luffy, once again, barely got out of that alive. So unless Luffy is getting Zenkai boost and has another transformation somewhere, there's no way in hell Luffy's going to be able to stand up against Kaido's right-hand man under these circumstances, because a lot is different and a lot has changed right now. So that's gonna be interesting to see that little element right there. But I gotta say, the other thing I thought was pretty funny was the fact that, you know, they're running around and you get this moment where Luffy gets on the back of Miss Speed, and he's like, oh, it's a woman. No, it's a horse. Oh, it's a horsewoman. And he says, hey, Tama, go ahead and do that thing with your dimples. And she's like, no, it won't work on a human being. And then that's all of a sudden Luffy using Tama's dimple, is able to make Miss Speed follow the orders of Tama, and they're just rushing through, running. And I like how Luffy, if you just want to be real for a second, Oda is such a pervert. I feel like I say this at least once in arc, man. Oda is such a pervert. So it's bad enough. Like you look at Miss Speed, she's got the fan service thing going on as far as her design, but Luffy, when he grabs hold of her, he's got his hand right underneath her breast, right? And she's saying, "Who's manhandling me?" And then you look at it, and it's like Luffy just mounted her from behind. Like, Oda, come on, man. You can't tell me Oda didn't look at that shit and say, Luffy about to pop that cherry. There ain't no way in hell, man. Luffy, like, Oda did that shit on purpose. Like, Luffy riding that shit like a cowboy, man. Get the fuck out of here, Oda. I see what you're doing, man. But yo, on the real though, man, like, I like how, you know, they got this like Robin Hood theme going on where, you know, they hijack that huge food hall and then they take it back to the town, and you get this moment where Zoro's just looking. I really think, I don't know, I might be jumping the gun, but I really think that, you know, Oda might be trying to set up Kiku and Zoro, man. Because, I mean, the girl can handle a sword. She ain't afraid to whip it out and to get down and dirty right next to you. And, you know, Zoro, at the end of the day, like, Zoro's, you know, kind of got that little smile going and everything. And he's like, hey, we're going to take this food back. You might want to join me. You know, if Zoro didn't slip a little something into Kiku, I'm going to be a little disappointed, man. But, you know, on the real though, I like how, you know, you get this moment where Luffy's like, hey, you know, my name's Luffytaro. All you guys already know, I brought the food. Everybody gonna eat good. Just save me some meat. Matter of fact, save me all the meat. Nobody eats the meat except for me. And I like this little moment where, you know, earlier you get this moment where Tama looks over at Luffy and says, for a moment you reminded me of Ace, and she's just got this smiling thing, and it kind of confirms what I said earlier. I said, okay, Oda's doing this as an homage to Ace, so I like how that kind of gets brought in there. And, you know, Luffy once again starts channeling Ace, and he says, the next time I return here, by the time we leave this country, it's going to be a place we can eat as much as you want every single day. And Tama just breaks down into tears because Luffy's reminding her of her brother, but then that's when Oda just hits you with the heavy hand. And apparently there are these ghosts of Wano. And so now I want to know what's going on, because for Zoro to be shook of something like this is letting me know there's some creepy shit going on. So my chapter question for you guys, I want to keep this one fun and simple. So if Ace was still alive, how proud do you think Ace would be of Luffy for coming into Wano and making the impact that he's made? Let me know down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.